Week 15 of our picks. Weird week last week. I want to welcome back onto the program. Recurring guest at this point, Mr. Alex Eiden. How we doing, Alex?
I'm doing fine, gentlemen. How you doing?
We're doing. Curry on the COVID-19 reserve list. So
I mean, are we allowed? I always wonder, are we allowed to tell people other people have COVID? But I guess we're not even going to try that.
I didn't outright say it. It could be
it's a HIPAA violation.
Yeah. I mean, we'll violate it. He doesn't have it.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'll fucking send a hippo after you to fucking kill you.
I violated it. Okay, so weird week last week. Jesse impressively started off his week 0-9, which is honestly
1-0 in Mortal Locks.
Yes.
Thanks.
In typical Jesse fashion, 4-12 on the week, 1-0 in Mortal Locks. Curry and I did not hit. I had a very average week, 7-9. Curry, one of his best weeks to date at 10-6.
And my Mortal Lock only did not hit by half a point, which for me is tremendous.
Mine didn't hit by like 40 points. It was one of the worst Mortal Locks of the year.
Yeah, that was horrendous for sure.
Something I want to touch on briefly. We got a lot of picks today, full slate. But I want to talk about the MVP real quick. Really a two-man race. We got Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers. I know where Curry's going to lean on this. I know where Alex is going to lean on this because they both have their convictions about these players. But so Patrick Mahomes right now is -210. Aaron Rodgers is +155. I think Rodgers is definitely the safe money here. I think they're pretty much even at this point. I'd give the nod to Rodgers if I were voting because I just think he adds more value to the team. I think the Chiefs go from more of like a 10-11 win team to a 14-15 win team with Mahomes, whereas the Packers go from a losing team to a winning team with Rodgers. They're both they both should be able to get the number one seed, especially with the Chiefs playing the Saints this week. So I would put my money on Rodgers right now. Jesse, curious to hear what you think.
Yeah, because I'm getting extra juice on Rodgers, I would lean towards Rodgers as well. I just looked at both schedules, did cursory glance there. It's kind of a push as far as defensive competition. Some very beatable defenses coming up for both quarterbacks. I think voters vote on the narrative more than the stat line. I think Patrick Mahomes – actually, I guess they could both push on the stats, but I think the narrative is going to be on Rodgers' side because he hasn't won the MVP award in a while. And because the narrative is on his side, I'll lean towards Rodgers getting it with the extra juice.
Yeah, both players have only had one bad week this year. Packers it's led to 3 losses. Mahomes has only played bad pretty much last week, and they still got the win comfortably. So it's hard to go against Mahomes because of stuff like that. But I would go with Rodgers. Curry, I know you're a Rodgers guy.
I am a Rodgers guy, but I'm looking at their stat comparisons right now. In terms of touchdown interception ratio, Rodgers is 39-4, Mahomes is 33-5. The only real edge that Mahomes has is rushing, but like even then, I feel like he only rushed for 250 yards in the season. Like
it's negligible.
It's negligible unless you're Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen, and like your rushing is a game-changing aspect. It's negligible. So really, I think just Rodgers has the edge statistically in every category other than like wins. So if you really want to take that into account, voters of America, then like
wins is not a quarterback stat. But go ahead.
And Alex is a huge Aaron Rodgers fan. Curious to hear what he thinks here.
Listen, I might hate that man with every single fiber of my being. But I'm not blinded by that anger. I can still admit, as much as I hate it, how good he is and how much better he makes the Packers. And that's why I hate him so much. Because if he wasn't there, they'd be ceiling like 8-win team. And that's what bothers me the most. But it also leads to a good case to why he should be the MVP. I mean, I guess I think at this point it's a rock fight between those two. I think it's Mahomes' to lose only because he's Mahomes. He's young, he's fresh, he's new. He's dynamic. We are used to Aaron Rodgers. We've been dealing with him for 12 years, and I said as a Vikings fan and as a casual NFL fan. I'd put money on the Rodgers bet just to maybe win a couple bucks, but I don't doubt that's probably going to end up being Mahomes.
Yeah, fair argument.
That's the thing. When you're looking at them and they're even like, if you're going to put money on Rodgers, like if I were to put money,
yeah, it should.
Which I won't because I don't want to mush Rodgers. I don't want to mush him, so I'm not going to bet.
No, it's okay. You can mush him.
All these
That's
star
the Curry
athletes
guarantee.
should, Reach out to his line if you don't want to be mushed. Thank you.
Can you see my name on the recording under my
No.
picture?
It's not. It's
No.
we could see it like on our Zoom, but we're not
Alan
able to
Eiden.
see it on the YouTube.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah, I don't know why it says my mom's name. All right, well, whatever.
So
Just me, Ellen.
we'll jump into the games. We'll go quick
Oh,
because we
man.
got full slate here. First, we got tonight Chargers at Raiders. Raiders are 3.5-point favorites. I am denouncing all recency bias this week. That's my big theme for the week. But unfortunately, both of these teams look horrible lately, so there's not much to go off. Give me the Raiders because they need it more. Chargers probably going into the tank for the rest of the year, so Raiders -3.5.
Yeah, that scares me that I don't know the mindset of the team. Anthony Lynn's a lame duck coach. He's been absolutely horrendous. The Bill Belichick special teams display against his team just told you everything you need to know there. But the Raiders have – I know it's recency bias, King 101 to pick the Chargers here, but the Raiders have looked so bad I have to. Anytime you're in a last-minute desperation Hail Mary game against the Jets, I can't take you. I'm sorry. So give me the Chargers here +3.5.
Both these teams dealing with injury. Mike Williams is out, and then Keenan Allen is like a game time decision. If he does play, he's going to be limited, which is kind of huge for the Chargers. I just don't see them being able to score points unless Austin Eckler gets a billion fantasy points and just catches every ball and runs all over the Raiders, which he could do. I think he's going to have a very good game. But if you're Gruden, then you have to just game plan around him and not worry about anything else because they don't have any real receiving threats. Versus the Raiders, I just think they have more weapons, better coaching. So give me the Raiders -3.5.
I think they are going to use Eckler, and they're going to use him well, and he's actually going to be effective because I've seen nothing but dookie from the Raiders' defense as of late. And yes, I know we're not supposed to use recency bias, but I'm a big Justin Herbert guy, huge Justin Herbert guy, always have been, even when he was a Duck. So, and he also is my starting quarterback in fantasy. So, I am going with the Los Angeles Chargers.
Los Angeles Chargers.
Almost.
Get the bolt.
Love the mini helmet return. Curry and I taking the Raiders. Jesse and Alex taking the Los Angeles Chargers. Saturday doubleheader. First game is going to be at 4:30. Buffalo Bills at Denver Broncos. Bills are 6-point favorites. Again, denouncing all recency bias. For that reason, I have to take the Broncos +6 here. Everyone's on top of the Bills. Colin Cowherd had them as his best team in the NFL. Triggered me pretty hard because obviously the Chiefs are the best team in the NFL.
Trigger me timbers.
They're probably around that top 5. I mean, I'm not too impressed by them beating the Steelers because I don't think the Steelers are that good. But they do look like they should contend to get to the AFC Championship or so. But denouncing all recency bias, Broncos +6 here.
Sam, when others zig, we zag. Very great pick by you. I will be taking the Denver Broncos as well. To add on to the Cowherd bit, I think he bet Nick Wright that if they win more than one playoff game, Nick Wright has to take mustard to the eye. If they don't win a playoff game, Colin Cowherd has to take mustard to the eye. So I'll be rooting. I'm in the precarious position to root for Nick Wright because too many Buffalo fans in my life will rub it in if they go on a run. So, Nick Wright, I'm on your side, and I'm zagging with Denver Broncos.
Jeez. The whole mustard bit really threw me.
So weird.
I'm going to go with the Bills just because the line's under a touchdown, and the Bills are a pretty dang good team, and the Broncos are not a good team. So give me
the Curry analytics.
Yeah, no, honestly, the Bills are a good team. The Broncos are a shitty team. They should win by a touchdown or more. This line, I feel like should be 7.5, and it's not.
Yeah, Vegas isn't okay with that though.
Okay.
Logic.
I am okay with it.
Yeah, I think Josh Allen's about to go on a little bit of a tear here. I think he'll have such a badass last 3 weeks of the season. I think he's actually going to get a couple MVP votes if I can shoot that out there. But
what are his odds right now?
He's third right now. He's +3,000 though.
Yeah, that's what I think. He's so close already that I think he can get a couple.
Yeah.
The Broncos have looked better as of late. The Bills, I mean, obviously look like a top 5 team in the league. This one's hard because every time you knock the Broncos down, you think, oh, they're gonna get blown out. They come back and they win. If they win, or they cover. But I'm going with the circling the wagons with the Buffalo Bills. Also, it's my mortal lock of the week.
Let's go.
Ooh,
Little Saturday mortal lock action. Jesse and I taking the Denver Broncos. Curry and Alex taking the Buffalo Bills with a mortal lock on the Buffalo Bills. For Alex Eiden, I think last time on the program he also locked the Buffalo Bills. First time the Jets.
That sets the tone too.
That was the first time the
Jets.
Jets.
Mortal lock.
It was the first time the Jets covered. And you picked the
If
Bills.
that mortal lock doesn't hit, you're going to be in a serious depression on Sunday. I rarely lock something that doesn't.
Just the way you said that, it was the first time the Jets covered.
Next, we have Saturday Night Football. Carolina Panthers at the Green Bay Packers. Curry's Green Bay Packers. Packers are 7.5-point favorites. Same line as last week, Curry, where you got a little bit of a bad beat. Packers ended up winning that game by 7. I'll take them to cover this time, 7.5. They're not a team that likes to not cover 2 weeks in a row. For that reason, Packers minus 7.5.
Yeah, Vegas is begging for a tease here. For those reasons, I'll be taking the Panthers. I'm going to try to outsmart the public. So your teaser's probably going to hit, but I don't see Green Bay covering because Panthers are due for a bounce-back performance. They're a good team when the spread's large. I don't have any math to back that up for me, but I'm just going to say they're a good team when the spread's large.
No, I don't have any math to refute that. So, I mean, I guess we have to take that at face value. I mean, no, kind of the same logic as Sam. I'm just going to kind of double down on the Packers with this 7.5 line. Yeah, basically, I just want them to beat the shit out of the Panthers, please. I think you know what I think? I think Rodgers wants the MVP. I think he wants it.
For sure.
I think this is going to be him going out and saying, I want the MVP. Let me beat the shit out of the Panthers. Let me throw for 4 touchdowns and 400 yards for no fucking reason other than to win the MVP.
Yeah, you make a lot of sense there with that random spurt of 404 tutties because that's just what he does. He just does that. He'll just do that to random poor teams, usually the Lions. So I like the Panthers. Love me, Teddy B.
2 gloves.
Teddy Two Gloves. Very mediocre quarterback, I might add. I love him to death, and I thought maybe he was our future, Minnesota, but very mediocre. Unfortunately, unless the Panthers can get Mike, because I don't think Christian McCaffrey's playing. So I think Mike Davis is his backup. Is that his name? Something like that?
Yeah.
Mike Davis. He's been pretty good. But if they can get him going today or on Saturday, whatever day it is, I think they can keep it close, and I think they can cover. But I don't think they do that. So give me the Packers.
Oh,
unfortunately.
Yeah.
Oh,
I need our intern to look up how many times Curry's picked the Packers this year.
Curry, we'll get back to you.
Every week.
IT department
every week.
Yeah, Curry, Alex, and I taking the Packers. Jesse taking the Panthers. Next, we have the Chicago Bears at the Minnesota Vikings. Vikings are 3.5-point favorites. Not going to be baited into thinking the Bears are good because they had a good week against the Texans last week. So give me the Vikings minus 3.5 comfortably here.
Yeah, Vikings. I guess both teams are technically in the playoff hunt, so it'll be a barn burner. But shout out to my girl Lizzo here, new man on the Minnesota Vikings, also on a diet that triggered a ton of people. I don't know if you guys saw that. She's going on a diet, and people are pissed off about that. I don't know why, but this has nothing to do with my pick. I just want to give a shout out to Lizzo. But I will be taking the Bears here because they're just due. Mitchell Trubisky can put up points, and he'll break your heart.
They did it last week.
Sure.
Yeah, but they're due again.
Their due date was
Why not?
last week. Oh, okay, yeah.
Why not? So I'm going with the 6-7 Bears to beat the 6-7 Vikings because I'll take the points here. Both teams suck.
Yeah, I like that half a point that we get on this. If it was 3, I'd be very nervous. So I am also going to take the Bears. I think they will definitely keep this game close. I think Dave Montgomery's an emerging star, and the Bears have been defensively solid. That's what's keeping them in games. So I don't see the Vikings really racking up points. So yeah, give me the Bears to cover here.
if this game were in English, if this game was at Soldier Field in Chicago, I'd have the Bears covering. And I'd have the Bears probably money line if I had to, because I know we won earlier this year, but God, we were just awful when it comes to Chicago. Yeah, maybe this is me being a homer, but the Vikings are a better team. Their defenses suck. The defense sucks on the Vikings. The Chicago Bears defense is great, but their offense sucks. Sans last week, the Texans are just awful in general. Justin Jefferson goes for like 140 and 2 touchdowns. Maybe the Vikings.
142 touchdowns. I like that. I gave my bold little Derrick Henry 202 touches last week. Ended up happening. Didn't bet on it. Would have made $1 million.
Exactly $1 million.
You would have thrown $5 on that.
Always been on Derrick Henry against the Jaguars. That's his favorite team.
Curry, in your expert opinion, what would I have gotten for that? Derrick Henry 200 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Probably 50 to 1.
Yeah, I have no idea actually.
I'd say 50 to 1.
Damn.
That's not that rare. He's done it like 3 or 4 times in his career.
All right, Alex and I taking the Minnesota Vikings. Curry and Jesse, the Golden Axes, taking the Chicago Bears. Next, we have the Detroit Lions at the Tennessee Detroit Lions at the Tennessee Titans. Speaking of Derrick Henry, Titans are 10.5-point favorites. I don't really know where to go here. Too many points. Half point scares me, so give me the Lions. Tractor trailer. Derrick Henry gonna do his thing. I think Stafford might be out, which scares me. Makes me want to switch to the Titans while I'm saying this, but stick to my guns. No recency bias. Detroit Lions plus 10.5.
Yeah, you mentioned Stafford might be out. Do we know who the backup quarterback is? I do, but do you?
Is it Blau still?
Chase Daniel.
Oh.
One of the highest earners in terms of quarterbacks in the NFL. He scammed $36.5 million from various organizations, including my beloved Philadelphia Eagles. He did win big 2 years ago for the Bears in Thanksgiving against Detroit, ironically. So he is capable. That 10.5 does scare me, but I am still going to take the Tennessee Titans because it is King Henry season, as a friend alluded earlier today. He is going to run up the ass of the Detroit defense, and he is going to comfortably cover that 10.5 by himself. So give me Tennessee.
Yeah, I think this is one of those games where it's kind of close, and then at the end, the Vikings, the Titans are just going to pull away. So I feel like a late Derrick Henry 40-yard touchdown run in a short yard situation. You know, they're up like a possession or less than, I don't even know. They'll be up 6 or 7 points, and it'll be 3rd and short, and Derrick Henry just rips off a 50-yard touchdown for the cover. I see that happening this week against Titans, or against the Lions. So give me the Titans.
I've seen enough Lions games to know that they can be really, really dumb a lot of the time. And this is a game where, yes, King Henry can absolutely run all over them and kill them and score 21 points all on his own. I have to, on principle, because I don't know, 10.5 is a lot for a Titans team that is susceptible, if Stafford is playing, to giving up some points. So give me the Lions.
Let's go. All right, Alex and I taking the Lions. You're the Axis is taking the Titans. Is that correct?
Correct.
Immortal Lock Axis. Next, we have the Houston Texans at the Indianapolis Colts.
Over under 51.5 is a good play for that game too, for the over. Just throwing that. I'm not going to mortal lock.
Our resident expert on over-under.
Take the
worth noting.
Actually, take the under.
Significant to some.
Oh my God! When we get to the Ravens, I mean, everyone's talking about that. But Houston Texans at Indianapolis Colts. Colts are 7.5-point favorites. Colts need the dub. Houston stinks. Denouncing recency bias. Houston plus 7.5.
Like that too. I don't think Phil Rivers can run up the field fast enough to score against a 7.5-point spread. He can't score quick enough. He's too old. He's too decrepit. Houston's due for a cover. They're one of the worst teams in the NFL at covering. So law of averages, they're 4-9 against the spread as well. I'll take Houston.
Give me the Colts here. I think what you said, your assessment of Philip Rivers is accurate. He is old and decrepit and has a noodle arm, but Jonathan Taylor, I think, is the real deal. He's kind of on a tear right now, and the Texans' run defense is like bottom 3 in the NFL. And with the Colts O-line, I really see them just absolutely gashing them. And the Texans are a really bad team, so give me the Colts.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with that assessment of the Texans' run defense. Absolute dookie. I think Jonathan Taylor and Nyheim Hines might run all over their asses. So give me the Colts.
Speaking of dookie,
you took the Texans.
Duke Johnson under rushing yards. Lock it up.
Yes, every week.
Oh yeah, that's actually analytics.
I need to set a reminder on my phone.
Again?
Yes.
I don't even know what it is right now. It could be 5 yards. Give me the under.
Yes. I was reminded of it last week. Obviously, it hit. Duke Johnson under rush yards is the easiest bet you'll ever
Shout
make.
out to Mr. Brain, recurring guest. Mark this easier for that.
Yes. Jesse, you took the Texans here?
Yes.
Jesse and I taking the Texans. Curry and Alex taking the Colts. I just want to say, if you made it this far in the video and you're saying Sam's not giving any logic to his picks, he's just going against recency bias. Yes, that's the fucking point. There's so many shows that give you picks that are just the most average thing every week. So I'm purposely not providing any logic and just going against it because I want to make money.
I mean, go ahead. I mean, we have a couple people who made it this far in the video. Start calling shows out. I want to get the beef going. That'll get ratings up.
I mean, there's so many. I literally, it would take a while to list. Everyone puts their picks out. They're the most average thing ever. They're within like 10 games of 500. All of them. We're all within 10 games of 500.
FS1. What is it like? Fox Bet sucks. Part of My Take sucks. All those guys suck. Come at me. Fight me.
Big Cat from Barstool is on like 5 different shows and gives out the most average picks on every single one. It's like, what's the
I mean, he's appealing to like the classic 95 IQ who has money to gamble, I guess. I don't know. What do you want from me? Barstool sucks. Next bit.
Okay, next we have Jacksonville at Baltimore. Baltimore 12.5-point favorites here. I need Jacksonville to win, but they're not going to do it this week. Best chances against the Bears next week. There's a prevailing bit. I'll say this for the Jets. Never mind. But Ravens minus 12.5. They're going on the roll. They're going to go 11-5. They're going to make the playoffs. They'll make a little bit of a noise in the playoffs. Ravens minus 12.5.
I used to think the best thing in the world was taking Jacksonville against a large number, but I've been burned too many times. I've only been burned once by that. But Baltimore, freight train from hell. We got a little scare with Trace McSorley last week, but Lamar is back, and he's faster than ever, and he's going to torch my beloved Sidney Jones and the Jaguars defense. So give me the Ravens here. It's going to get ugly.
Yeah, all it takes is one week of not covering against a large spread to like just completely lose faith in a team. I took the Jets last week and they got absolutely crushed. So
never take the Jets.
I know.
I straight up told you. I've never been more confident to pick against the Jets than last week, and it was
just such a big number. All right, so I'm going to go with the Ravens as well. Again, once that train gets rolling, I don't see the Jags stopping them, and they can't put up points like the Browns did. Again, recency bias. They can't put up points like other teams can. So give me the Ravens.
Yeah, funnily enough, I need to note that I saw this spread was 13, and I still took the Ravens because the Jaguars just awful. That's all I gotta say. Ravens, good call.
Solidarity pick on Kakal. Solidarity on Kakal for a solidarity of the week. Next, we have the New England Patriots at the Miami Dolphins. Dolphins are 1.5-point favorites. Everyone and their mother wants the Dolphins here because the Patriots don't play well in Miami, so I have to take the Patriots here at plus 1.5. That's just such a public pick to take the Dolphins here, so I have to go with the Patriots. That's all I have.
Yeah. I don't know, man. This is so tough because the Dolphins are 10-3 against the spread. They cover every game.
They're 10-3 against the spread.
And this is one of the easiest games they've had against the year to cover, like 1.5. You just have to basically win and you cover.
Yeah.
So it's so hard that it's easy. It's so easy that it's hard. I don't know where the hell I'm at right now. My brain's kind of scrambled because I'm talking myself into a vortex. So I'll take the Dolphins with little conviction.
I'm also going to take the Dolphins with little conviction. I really hate this line of -1.5, because for the reasons that Sam said, completely baiting the public to take the Dolphins. They're on a roll, but also the Patriots kind of own them. Yeah. So you know what? Let me just give me that. I'm going to take the bait. I'm going to take the bait. Give me the Dolphins. That's all.
Yeah, you can fade the public all you want, but I'm part of the public because it's just history. They don't win in Miami, and Miami's really good at turning the ball over this year or getting turnovers. And you know what Cam Newton's done a lot this year? Throw a lot of picks and fumble the ball. In fact, he's done so many times in which it's cost him the game. So I could see a situation where the Dolphins are up by 2 points. They're driving. Cam Newton, fumble. Don't jump on it. Go Fins.
Yeah, Scam Newton at his finest. I'm taking the Patriots. You're all taking
point.
the Dolphins. Xavier Howard appreciation post has like 9 interceptions this year or something crazy like that. Interceptions.
Next closest player has 4.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Jeez.
I remember
Byron
he shut down
Jones
DeAndre
as
Hopkins
well.
earlier this year. He's having a crazy year. Reminds me of like the early Richard Sherman days where he's just getting turnovers left and right. But
yells at Aaron Andrews.
yes.
Yeah.
Sure. Wait, yeah, that's funny. So next we have the Niners. The Niners at America's team, the Cowboys. Niners are 3-point favorites. Both these teams stink. Niners have been pretty freaking bad lately, despite people thinking they're going to bounce back. Cowboys got their dub at the Bengals. Cowboys aren't going to win the division, so they have nothing to play for. Give me the Niners -3 here.
I don't know what the Niners did to deserve a 3-point favorite line. Both teams suck. This should be a push, if anything. Like, the Cowboys are the home team, right? I don't know what I'm not seeing. I'll take the points here, but both teams suck. I think it's a push at best. So because of that case, give me the Cowboys.
Yeah, no, give me the Niners just because they can still at least run the ball. And the Cowboys defense is still actually horrible. Versus the Niners defense, which can at least stop a nosebleed, unlike the Cowboys. So I'm actually going to mortal lock over 45.5 for this game. When I saw it earlier, it was 44.5. This was like 2 days ago. And it's gone up, which I don't know if I like that as much, but 45.5 over. And also I'm taking the Niners.
Okay.
This is a really, 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 really dumb game, and I don't care about it, and no one cares. Cowboys and Niners fans don't even care. No one cares. But someone has to play the game. Someone has to win. Oh, God, this would be funny if it was a tie. But I think this is one of those dumb games where everyone's like, oh, these teams are terrible, and then and because their defenses are so bad, they both scored like 45 points. Like, it's a shootout for no reason I don't know. So I'm going to go with the Cowboys to win, then to go out to cover. And I think I'm going to have them win too, but that doesn't matter for this.
All right, Curry and I taking the Niners. Jesse and Alex taking America's team, the Dallas Cowboys. Curry mortal locking over 45.5 points. Yeah. So next we have the Seattle Seahawks at Washington football team. Seahawks are 6-point favorites. No real recency bias to go by here because the Seahawks looked great against the Jets last week. The Washington football team got their dub. Who they upset last week? I don't even remember.
Arizona, right?
No, Niners. They
played
played
they played in Arizona Stadium. Brain tease. Yeah. Niners.
Washington has a really good front seven. Seahawks have a really good pass offense. Should be a nice little matchup here. So 6 points is too much for me. Give me Washington football team +6.
I'll take Washington football team as well. Seattle historically not good coming to the East Coast for these 1 o'clock slots. They got destroyed by the Bills. May I remind you earlier in the season when they had the same scenario. 6 is a solid number for this. You can cover in a lot of scenarios here. So give me the Washington football team.
I'm going to take Washington as well. Just kind of echoing you guys. I think 6 is a little too big of a number against a team that's rolling right now versus a historically bad defense in the Seahawks. So give me Washington.
I think this game is actually going to be closer than – well, you guys are all taking Washington to cover. But I think a lot of people might think that's the Seahawks because of how much talent there is on one side of the ball compared to the other. I think it's going to be a blowout. I don't agree, and I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's going to be close, but I think the Seahawks get a late cover. So go. Hawks.
Okay, Alex on an island with the Seahawks covering, I believe. The rest of us taking Washington's football team. Next, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Atlanta Falcons. Bucs are 6-point favorites. Bucs are pub stompers. Mortal lock, Tampa Bay -6. They're not going to play a close game. They're going to win by a lot. So, mortal lock, Tampa Bay Buccaneers -6.
I was considering mortal locking this as well. I will not, but Tampa Bay, for all those sentiments that you echoed. May I also add that Antonio Brown has been doing nothing this year, but that won't stop me from picking them. I think Matt Ryan's on his way out of Atlanta. You heard it here first. And it's a lame duck coach. The players have no energy. Season's going nowhere. Tampa's fighting for his life and his reputation because he's getting roasted on every single show in America. So give me Tampa at -6.
I'm also going to go with the Bucs. I think that Mike Evans and Chris Godwin have kind of disappeared the past 2 weeks, and it's starting to get some attention. So I feel like Godwin's going to have 12 catches for 120 yards, and Evans is going to have 2 touchdowns. So I'm expecting a big game out of the Bucs passing attack, to be honest. So give me the Bucs.
Yeah, Evans will have 4 catches for 30 yards and 2 touchdowns or something.
For real, some stupid ass tight end type stat line.
Yeah, I think the Falcons really are a lame duck, like you said. But I think the Falcons always have that weird game where they kind of just blow somebody out. I saw the Las Vegas blowout coming, and that didn't surprise me. But there's always one surprise game the Falcons win every year against a divisional opponent. A lot of the time, it's always they're 6-point underdogs and they win by 15 or 30. That's a lot. But give me the Brucineers.
Brucineers.
The Brucineers.
I like that better than
You guys got to stop already picking my mortal locks. It's a kiss of death.
Hold on. Smell check. We're good.
Please. Yes.
No.
Yes. So everyone take
Party at Curry's house. Curry Shore House, be there.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Next we have the New York Football Jets at the LA Rams. Rams are 17-point favorites. Gonna take the Rams. We all know that. Prevailing theory, it's becoming such a thing that it's secondhand knowledge now. Week 17, Jets play the Pats. Pats are going to be playing for nothing. Bill Belichick knows how to outcoach anyone, also knows how to outcoach anyone to lose. So he's gonna lose on purpose to the Jets so that they don't get the first pick. Well, I need the Jags to get another game in hand. I need Trevor Lawrence, man. If it all goes to waste, that would be so perfect that would be such a perfect Jets story if they lost at week 17. Rams -17.
How many wins are we predicting for the Braden
17.
Galloway, Trevor Lawrence stack on the Jets next year?
And
how many TikToks?
Too many TikToks.
Too many TikToks. 4.5, I'll say.
Yeah.
But besides that, I'm going to pick the Jets here. They were on a hot streak as far as against the spread goes before the last week debacle. I think the players really, really want to win. The coach, who knows what – I think he's just doing smelling salts on the sideline. I don't know what the hell is on his mind. But the players, I know for a fact, really, really want to win. They're sick of the embarrassment. They're sick of it. I've read the articles. I've seen the quotes. You don't want to be on a team that went 0-16. So if the coach is somewhat competent in that he's not intoxicated or under the influence, they'll cover the 17.
You just argued against yourself. He's 0% competent, but Curry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm going to take the Rams as well. It's such a huge number, but like Jesse said about the Jags, her and I kind of echoed, I took the Jets last week, and I'm just not going to make the same mistake 2 weeks in a row. So give me the Rams. If the Rams don't cover, then all right, that's fine.
No,
if I were to pick the Jets and they get blown out again, I wouldn't be able to live with myself. So give me the Rams.
I would be able to live with myself.
Gentlemen, the math is simple. The Seahawks offense is good. The Jets allowed them to score 40 points. The Rams offense is better than the Seahawks offense. Give me the
Damn.
St. Louis
Old
Angeles
school
Rams.
Rams, yeah.
St.
Old
Louis
school.
Yeah,
Owned it.
Rams.
I got this set back when they were still in St. Louis.
Gotcha.
Jesse taking the New York Football Jets. The rest of us taking Los Angeles Rams. Look for a push there. 17. Next we have. We'll get your bits in now. I know you've been holding on to them. Philadelphia Eagles
Bits
versus
in now.
Arizona Cardinals. Cardinals are 6.5 point favorites. Eagles still stink.
Still saying.
Eagles still stink.
Shout out Sink.
Not gonna
Shout out
fall in love with
Saints.
Jalen Hurts just because he had one good game as a mobile quarterback. It happens with all mobile quarterbacks in their first game. Cardinals need this. Eagles stink. Cardinals minus 6.5. But if the Eagles win this game, they're winning the division. That's my hot take. Jesse, go ahead.
My 1 minute Jalen Hurts week in review. He didn't do anything like in the air that was that impressive. He did. Alshon Jeffrey won a one-on-one ball. That was okay, I guess. He really beat New Orleans on the ground. I don't know what the hell New Orleans was doing the week prior to the game as far as preparation goes. I guess the threat of having a quarterback run opens everything else up. But they absolutely slashed them on the ground. I think we'll be able to keep it close here. As for the future of the Eagles, I want to let these last 4 weeks play out before I give my WIP take. I guess the WIP take is to trade Carson right now, but I'll be level-headed and let the rest of the season play out here. Jalen Hurts' legs keeps it close, giving the Eagles here.
Oh boy, I mean, 6.5. I don't like that half point. I'm also going to go with the Eagles. I'm not going to throw in any more bits from last week. It was just an insane game all around. Like, they were up 17-0 at half against the Saints, who was like, a top 3 team in football. So I'm trying to eliminate the recency bias because I just think that game last week went as well as it could have gone for the Eagles. Like, they saw what happens. And I said it going into the game is Jalen Hurts, the best thing he had going for him is that he's not Carson Wentz. And Jalen Hurts didn't eat sacks, and didn't turn the ball over. And, we're like, okay, that's fine. As long as he did everything else. And we see what happens. So give me the Eagles.
Yeah, I have to agree with everything you guys have said. Well, this one's tough because I can see it going both ways very easily with very – you don't need to argue a lot with me for me to go one way or the other. I think I'm still on the Jalen Hurts hasn't been figured out yet bandwagon, if that's such a thing. So I'm going to go with the Birds here. I just think I think he's going to have a great end of the season where everyone's still trying to figure him out, and then it's like, okay, he's a full-time starter next year. Oh God, we're 5-11, type of thing.
Can see that. That would be very Philly for that to happen.
All right, I'm taking
the
the Cardinals.
WIP shoots themselves.
We call that the Robert Griffin.
Robert Griffin.
We have 3 more games. I think we're running out of time. I don't have my timer for some reason, but we've been on for a good amount of time. Next, we have
lightning round.
We started over a half hour ago at least.
All right.
How much time do we have?
40 minutes.
No.
Next, we have the Kansas City Chiefs at the New Orleans Saints. Chiefs are 3-point favorites. Chiefs are the most average team that's ever going to exist against the spread. We know they are who we thought they were, for lack of a better term. They didn't cover last week. Very close. Chiefs -3 here.
Houston?
Chiefs versus Saints.
Oh, you said Saints. Okay, cool. Yeah, so anytime – thank you, by the way. Anytime you can take Patrick Mahomes anywhere in the 3 range, you take it. You run with it. You take it. You take a loan out if you have to. You take a mortgage out if you have to. Take Kansas City here. You don't get these opportunities very often, this low of a spread. Kansas City, Kansas City, Kansas City.
Good salesmanship.
My fuck you pick of the week. Saints +3.
And I'm mortal locking that, by the way. So
really?
Thank you for the FU pick of the week. Fuck you.
All right, well, this is my fuck you pick of the week. Saints +3.
This is just a pick for me. I'm going to go with the Chiefs.
Thank you.
All right,
perfect. All right.
Mortal lock.
Mortal lock for Jesse on the Chiefs. Everyone taking the Chiefs except for Curry with this fuck you pick of the week, which is the Saints. Next, we have the Cleveland Browns at the New York Giants. Browns are 6-point favorites. Browns looked good last week. Giants looked bad last week. You know what that means. Announced recency bias. Giants +6.
Daniel Jones can't feel his legs. I am not taking the Giants to save my life. He's running on hamburger meat for hamstrings, and Baker Mayfield is coming into his own. Colin Coward's on suicide watch. Give me the Browns.
Give me the Browns as well. Yeah, I want to see what Colin Coward says after he blows out the Browns by 14. Or blows out the Giants by 14. It's going to be great. So give me the Browns.
Hell yeah, I am an enormous, and always have been an enormous Baker Mayfield fan. And it doesn't stop here. In fact, it just keeps climbing. The better and better he gets. So, I mean, I think Colt McCoy might be the starter for the Giants because Daniel Jones isn't prepared to play football right now. The Giants' defense is decent. The Browns' offense can go completely silent sometimes. But this week isn't it. Give me the orange helmets.
Helmets. All right, so everyone but me taking the Browns. I'm taking the Giants. Next, we have Monday Night Football, Pittsburgh Steelers at Cincinnati Bengals. Steelers are 13-point favorites. Bounce back week for the Steelers. They're going to flex because they know how to beat bad teams. So give me the Steelers minus 13 here.
Going to be a weird game. Going to be like one of those weird AFC North weather games.
Oh, I should also mention, I think Brandon Allen might be out, so you might have some Ryan Finley action going on.
Yeah, why the hell not? You could have told me Trevor Osler was the quarterback. I'm taking Cincinnati Bengals because it's going to be a weird game. It's AFC North, weird shit happens.
Yeah, no, I feel like the Steelers are just going to keep playing down to their competition as they've done all year. Give me the Bengals. Gio Bernard and his mustache are going to keep him in the game.
Trevor Osler and
old
Gio
and washed.
Bernard.
Deontay Johnson can't catch shit. He could come over and hang out with me right now, and I could breathe in his face, and he wouldn't catch COVID. So, bam. That's my COVID joke, and I'm sticking to it.
It is true the Steelers do play down to their competition a lot, but the last time they played the Bengals this year, I'm pretty sure they crushed them.
Yeah,
even with Joey Burrow. So, give me Steelers.
Okay, Curry, did you take the Steelers?
No, I took the Bengals because I'm an idiot.
Okay.
Yes.
Alex and I are taking the Steelers. Jesse and Curry, the Mortal Lock Axis, is taking the Cincinnati Bengals.
Stop calling us that.
I don't have my clock, so we might run out of time. But quick hitter, who are the Lakers beating in the NBA Finals? I'll go with the Nets. Why not? I am as much a believer. I am as much a believer in the Nets as Kyrie Irving is in the flat Earth. So give me the Nets.
I'll go outside the box here and pick Milwaukee.
I was between the Nets and Milwaukee.
So give me Milwaukee as the Eastern Conference favorites to get destroyed by the Lakers. Because why not?
Yeah, no, I think Giannis has a really good playoffs and gets them all the way there. Puts a team on his back, gets into the finals, and then they just get fucking swept. And it's damn, we're gonna have
you still suck.
4 more years of this.
Yeah, we supermaxed this.
Yeah.
You're going to look really, really dumb when it's not the Lakers who win the title, and it's going to be the Portland Trailblazers beating Philadelphia 76ers.
Jesus Christ. I'll bet that matchup with 2,000-1's odds.
I would love a finals loss out of the Sixers.
Quick plug before we run out of
incredible.
time. Quick plug. Listen to the latest podcast episode.
Yes, forgot
Listen
to
to the latest podcast
Do
episode.
it.
Lots of nostalgia.
Banter. We all know Curry hasn't listened.
Curry doesn't listen. I don't know why we pay him if he doesn't listen.
I've been dealing with some shit, man.
Yeah, you've been doing nothing. You've been
will
sitting on your bed all week. So, listen to episode 5 before the Banter on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. We're gonna be dropping some clips later this week.
My boy.
So yeah. All right. Thanks, guys.
Love you guys.
Bye.